Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to McAdee's Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. We are back yet again as we dive even further across the Spider-Verse. In our last video, we went over the full gory story of Spider-Man's nightmarish, and honestly quite hellish demon clone doppelganger. I will have that video linked in the title card and the description below. In today's video, we will be going over the time that our handsome, lovable merc with a mouth Deadpool became Spider-Man. Yes, it is actually a thing that happened, and it's absolutely awesome. The tale is wilder than Van Wilder, so without further ado, load up on the chimichangas, sit back, relax, and enjoy the full story of Deadpool Spider-Man. Who is he? Deadpool Spider-Man is a crazy one-time story event that happened in the pages of Deadpool Annual Issue 2 back in 2013. The story opens up with a rather mentally unstable Spider-Man slamming our boy Deadpool into the ground of a New York rooftop. It is here that we discover that the shape-shifting villain, the Chameleon, had been hunting the wall crawler nonstop for days, causing him to question everything and everyone around him. To prove he wasn't the shady, ivory bald man, Deadpool did it in the best way possible by shooting himself repeatedly in the chest and not dying. Honestly, this could also be 50 Cent. Gonna need more proof than that, Deadpool. Having saved multiple people over the course of these last couple days that ended up actually being the Chameleon trying to kill him, Spidey could not go home or even rest in fear of the villain discovering his identity. This paranoia overload would cause the wall crawler to go over the edge as Deadpool would track the guy down, where he found him choking a pregnant woman in a nearby building. Swearing that this actually was the Chameleon this time, Spidey tried to rip off the lady's mask, only for Deadpool to actually be the voice of reason for once, telling the guy that maybe he was going a bit too far. Able to convince Peter to let the lady go, in a twisted turn of events, this actually was the Chameleon in disguise who drugged Spidey, where Deadpool then kindly tossed the villain out a window for hurting his friend. Managing to shoot out a web line just in time to save the villain, allowing him to escape, Spidey collapsed from the drugs, where the office workers went to unmask the guy so they could potentially go viral. Not about to let his buddy's cover get blown for a TikTok, Deadpool threatened to kebab anyone who even tried to touch the wall crawler. Wanting to prove how good a friend he was, Wade promised Peter he would catch Chameleon, kill him, and save the day. He then dragged Spider-Man's unconscious body to a nearby supply closet, where he switched their costumes, all while covering his eyes so he would follow bro code and not discover Peter's identity. Honestly, Deadpool may be a homicidal mass murderer, but he's honestly a better friend than like 90% of people. Greeting his public as Spider-Man, Deadpool fully committed to his new role as the hero by learning how to web swing and even fought crime. As you could expect, things quickly went from crazy to crazier as Deadpool was interrogating a man who he thought was Chameleon, only to make him wet himself, where he then came across an army of snakes. Thinking this had something to do with Chameleon, Spideypool tracked them down to a nearby testing facility that was being controlled by the serpent-controlling sassy man called the Master. Honestly, that is completely absurd, but you can't lie. The drip goes hard. This facility ended up being a lab where scientists had created a machine that could turn anything into a mouse that would be used for testing, and the villain revealed that he planned to steal this device so he could use it to have an infinite supply of mice to feed his snakes. Telling the villain that this plan was completely dumb, Spideypool whacked the guy with a snake into the machine, where he got fried to a snaky crisp. The Master would not be quite mastered though, as the scientist at the facility told Spideypool that this had actually activated the device, causing the villain to fuse with his snakes, becoming a giant Godzilla mouse creature. Man, props to the Deadpool team. This is the type of stuff that the MCU desperately needs. After mistakenly getting shot by a helicopter pilot, Deadpool used the situation to his advantage, where he snatched the dudes out of the vehicle, webbed his feet to the top of the building, and then used his strength to whip the helicopter into the giant mouse, which caused it to explode, turning the master and his snakes back to normal. Congratulating himself on saving the day, Deadpool had temporarily forgotten what his actual mission was this whole time, where he was then snuck drugged by Chameleon, who was disguised as one of the helicopter pilots. Thinking this was indeed Spider-Man, Chameleon went in for the kill on his prey, only then to get kicked in the back of the head by a freshly woken Spider-Man in Deadpool's costume. The still woozy Deadpool then went to intervene to help Spidey, only for the crafty Chameleon to shapeshift into the Deadpool disguised wall crawler. Deciding that the best way to solve this was with a gun, Wade aimed the weapon at the two men as he tried to decide which one was the real Spider-Man. Declaring that he actually liked being Spidey, Deadpool just opted to shoot the both of them, where he pointed his weapon at one of the men, only for the other to plead him not to kill the other. This was all revealed to be the brilliant deductive reasoning of Deadpool, who knew the real Spider-Man would not want him to kill anyone. He then decided to shoot the imposter straight in the kneecaps. See, this is why Deadpool would be great at Among Us. He would just kill everyone on board. Honestly, very sound strategy. Collectively knocking out the sleazy shapeshifter, Deadpool and Spider-Man celebrated their victory later that evening by chilling and eating snacks on the New York rooftops. This relationship may be the most wholesome in all of Marvel. And that is the full story of Deadpool Spider-Man. It being Deadpool, it of course was an absolutely bonkers time, and I personally enjoyed every second of it. While most likely not happening, it would be totally hilarious if Deadpool made an appearance as Spider-Man in the upcoming Spider-Verse sequel. It would be great comedic relief for him to take off the mask and not be a Spider-Man at all, and just be there to hang out because he loves Spider-Man. It's honestly a very Deadpool thing to do. More than anything, I would love to know what you think. Did you know this Deadpool Spider-Man story? Was there something I missed? What other stories should we cover? Sound off in the comments. Also be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed today's content, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon to be notified of all of our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the music in this video, it was all made by my boy Ognihs. You can check out his Spotify in the link below. You can also check out our Discord, also in the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you are awesome and loved. God bless, and I will see you in the next one.